Hola, cage fighting connoisseurs. This is KidNate of BloodyElbow.com, joined once again by the inevitable, the ineffable, the ineluctable Eugene S. Robinson, author of Fight, Everything You Ever Want to Know About Ass Kicking, but we're afraid you'd get your ass kicked for asking. Eugene.
Sir! Thank you. You got it right that time. Listen, hold on. Sorry. If I'm sitting there looking at you, staring at you, and I'm not passing, what, are you just going to stare at me? We're just going to stare at each other for 6 minutes? That right. No, when we roll. Sorry. Okay. All right. People don't need to be involved in the internecine conflicts at Sorrow Academy, where a lower belt accuses me of sandbagging and stalling. Yeah. See, Sorrow is actually defending me.
Wow, that is a truly rare occasion.
Well, he's just defending me till I stand up, and then he could chop me down. It's like to draw me out, like Sergeant Rock and Easy Company.
You got to let 1,000 flowers bloom.
I like that. Okay.
All right. So we need a disclaimer.
Disclaimer. Crybabies, bedwetters, work-shy individuals, greedy bread gobblers, grumblers, malingerers. This has less to do with your skills and talents as a human being and fighter, and much more to do with the marketing heft and weight put behind you, behind professional bull riding enthusiasts, endeavor, and the UFC. If you don't like being on a don't care list, is an easy way out. Fight an exciting fight. Until then, don't come crying to us, greedy bread gobblers.
Well done. Well said. You know, I briefly called this the UFC Omaha instead of UFC Lincoln. So,
oh man, that's
apologies to all our Nebraskan friends.
Who was it? Oh, you would remember this. And it's now who was the guy? Mutual of Omaha, who had the nature show.
Marlon Perkins.
Marlon Perkins. Thank you.
No one cares.
No one cares
about this.
So who's fighting? Everybody here wants to know, because nobody here knows, and they're all fighters here, and nobody knows who's fighting this weekend.
Time out. I've got a whole routine I've been working on for minutes here.
Ooh, all right.
A whole bit about why I confused Lincoln and Omaha.
Oh, let's do it.
It's because you know how it's not just.
You mean because of President Omaha?
No, it's because I'm part of the tri-coastal elite. There's the bi-coastal elite with California and New York, but really it's the tri-coastal elite with Texas in there. Texas is not part of the heartland. We're way more sophisticated and cool than that.
Oh boy, that's really sad. That's really sad.
That's where we're at. It's the eyes of Texas are not even looking at you, Nebraska. We're not even sure where you're at. Somewhere North Dakota.
There's Wyoming. The chimp. There's the chimp with a piece of colored cloth. I'm much better than you other chimps.
Indeed. So let's get right into this. Saturday night, Fox Sports 1 with 3 opening fights on FIGHTPASS.
What is this fight called?
This is called UFC Lincoln.
UFC Lincoln.
AKA UFC Fight Night 135.
UFC Fight Night 135.
AKA UFC Fight Night, Gaethje versus Vick.
This is Gaethje versus Vick. I got a room full of blank faces.
Yeah, Gaethje, who's been hurdled into superstardom by losing his first 2 UFC fights after a sterling career.
In Wes Sims fashion.
Yes.
In other words, he loses beautifully.
He does lose beautifully, and he was in the World Series of Fighting and was a champ for a long time. And actually, he won his first UFC fight, but he's 1-2 in the UFC. Yep. So this is a key fight for him and James Vick.
Somebody just texted me. Tell Nate it's pronounced Gaethje.
Gaethje.
Not Gaethje.
That sounds like a slur. I'm not going to be tricked. I'm not going to be duped into slurring this guy. You know what
one of my favorite old National Lampoon jokes was.
What's that?
It's like, to all Hebrews, repeat after me. Jehovah, signed, see you in hell, suckers.
See, you just can't get away with that kind of flagrant
you can't do
hate humor anymore. And I think it's kind of a loss, but
so Justin Gaethje against Michael Vick, famous dog fighter.
James Vick.
That's okay. So Justin Gaethje against James Vick. Anybody? I already made that joke. I already got there before you. Now, nobody here knows, man. A room full of fighters. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 people.
Well, Vick is riding a 4-fight win streak, and in his last 11 fights, he's only lost 1 fight. So
this is what we call a do or die moment, and maybe also possibly an event horizon for Gaethje.
Yeah, and it's also a big chance for Vick to enter contention. I mean, they're making the guy walk through concrete when you've got a win streak like that to get anywhere.
Yep. But somebody with 11-1 and 11-2 is still credible. So
I mean have you ever headlined an arena card in Lincoln, Nebraska, Eugene?
I've never headlined a card in Lincoln, Nebraska. I almost did one down in Manaus.
Manaus in Brazil.
How do you pronounce it? Manaus.
Manaus. That's in Brazil.
That's the way I said it. That's not the way.
That's the heartland of the Amazon jungle. Hardly the American heartland.
Huh? No, they invited me to fight Francisco Chico Bueno.
Again, and the $5,000 didn't through, and yada yada yada.
No, Sorrell hasn't heard it. They offered me $5,000, and they dropped it to $500. Then they dropped it to $0, and I had to pay for the plane fare and the hotel. Yeah, that's what they were counting on.
Yeah,
Brazilian bait and switch.
I thought they were going to tell you could tap into all the rubber trees you wanted and fill up your buckets, and you'll be home rich in no time.
No, it was. I can't remember the cat who put it together. He was a UFC guy. And he was great. He's like, "I need you over at the airport now." I go, "Where is my ticket?" "Just go over there. They'll tell you what you need to know."
Just start talking to random security guards at the airport.
I don't know if you've been to San Francisco International Airport, but it's fucking huge. It's not like any. I will just, "Hey, you got my ticket? My name is Eugene. Come on."
All the luggage handlers at all the airlines, they know they're looking for you. So just, all right. So let's get into this. We've got 3 fights on Fight Pass, starting with a potential care. Well, at least a familiar face. Bantamweight, Hani Yahya versus Luke Sanders.
Oh, wow. Wow. I care.
I too care.
And typically, something like this, because of Sanders, I would say, fuck you. I'm not going to reward you for slackness. I want to see Yahya, but against a guy who I don't fucking am not that hep on. But it's all right. I'm easy. I've had a few weeks off, so I'm in.
I see. You're easy. Well, easy like summer morning. I'm in too, and I'm going to pick
Yahya.
I too will pick Yahya.
See, I had to get it. You see how fast I was talking?
Yeah, I did. All right. So, and it's like they are sandbagging this dude to put him all the way at the bottom of the Fight Pass card.
Yeah.
They don't like him. All right, lightweight, Drew Dober versus John Tuck.
You know what? Despite the many years of amusement we've gotten over Dober and his brother Ben and so on, I just don't care about this fight. Do you care?
No, I don't care. I mean, the guy did put Josh Berkman out of his misery, although I still not sure Berkman might still have a UFC contract. But and John Tuck, I'm sorry. No, I don't care. All right, so moving right along. Women's flyweight, Joanne Calderwood versus Kalindra Fiara. And can you tell Sarah to please be quiet for God's sake?
Hey, everybody's asking you to shut the fuck up. Yeah, Nate. Oh, they're making fun of your height now, man.
Well,
are you 5 foot? Are you 5'2"?
No, I'm not 5'2". Jesus Christ, I'm 5'7".
He's 5'7".
Yeah, come on.
All right, so
freak.
I don't care about Calderwood or the other. All right, man. Yeah.
No, I don't either. All right, moving on to Fox Sports 2. Actually, shit, this is one of those cards where it's going to go Fight Pass, Fox Sports 2, then Fox Sports 1.
Oh man.
So yeah, no. Welterweight, Mickey Gall versus George Sullivan. Remember when Mickey Gall was briefly famous?
Yeah, because of he did him a solid, and this is how the $7 billion man repays you. $7 billion man repays you by Fox Sports 2, some scrubbing.
Well, he got to fight at UFC 17 and lost, so 217, and so I mean, he was on a fairly big card, and
you know what? I'm gonna have to say honestly, I don't care about it because I don't care about Eddie the Eagle either.
Yeah, I don't care either. Sorry.
How do you like that Olympic ski jumping blast? You just let that go right by.
You know, my Alpine sports reference is a little foggy.
Yeah, okay.
I,
They made a
limited.
movie about him recently called
We don't
Eddie.
ski in Texas, you know.
Yeah, that's true.
We go to Colorado and ski. It's one of our colonies.
Yeah.
Coloradans love us, man.
Yeah.
Texan pulls up. They, how can I help you, sir?
Yeah. Don't mess with me.
That's right. All right. So they think we're going to tip them. That's
Are you a steer or are you a queer? I can't tell. You're from Texas.
None of this homophobic.
No, it's not homo. It's the Q and LGBTQ.
It's true. All right. All right. All right. So middleweight, Andrew Sanchez versus Markus Perez.
Don't care.
No, me neither. Sorry, guys. All right. Bantamweight, Cory Sandhagen versus Iuri Alcantara.
Sorry, Iuri. This is. I mean, see, you're gonna be upset, Iuri, because you're gonna go. Well, you cared about that fuck Yaya, and he was fighting somebody to get. You know. I mean, yeah. Sorry, that's just the way the cookie crumbles, bro.
Yeah, I mean, the thing to me is that Yaya is a master of one skill.
Yeah.
So he's interesting, even in a way that somebody like Alcantara, who's a little more well-rounded, although honestly, how much of his grappling have we really seen? So, yeah, Alcantara is just another one of these guys. They've tried, but they've just thrown him into the meat grinder, you know? And all right, so welterweight, James Krause versus Ultimate Fighter winner, Warlley Alves.
Sorry.
Yeah, I don't either. Same deal. I mean, yeah.
Okay, just for your edification, for people who are keeping score, this is what our tote sheet looks like now.
Wow. Wow. And you probably need to get down to the bank and take care of that overdue, Eugene.
It's a Sorrel schedule. Yeah.
See, okay.
I mean, but you know, Yaya's jiu-jitsu is just it's beautiful. It's like unlike any jiu-jitsu I've ever seen. You know,
really,
it's really like high quality. It's like out of this world. I don't even know what to compare it to. Oh, hey, sorry, Sorrel, I didn't see you sitting there.
He knows he can't compete with Rickson Gracie students. Come on.
Oh, Yaya's a Rickson Gracie student.
Tell you.
He doesn't know him.
Sorrel would be the first to tell you.
No, he says no. He denies it. He denies that Yaya's a Rickson Gracie guy.
Oh, really? Wow. Well, then, you're not entitled to your own facts, sir.
Yeah, that's right. You're not entitled to your own facts. All right, so let's.
Okay. Moving on to the Fox Sports 1 card. Middleweight, Eryk Anders versus Tim Williams.
Almost, man, but again, not quite.
At one point, Williams was up to be the new bass player, or no, I think he was going to replace Glenn Fry in the Zombie Eagles reunion. But
I thought you were going to go with the cryogenically frozen Ted Williams,
the natural.
Yeah, that's right. That's right.
That would be maybe he's a little sprout off the old oak, but we'll never know. So I don't think we care. Do you care?
I do not care.
I don't care. Sorry. All right, no fuck care, as they say in Brazil. Flyweight.
No fuck care. He's channeling his inner Brazilian. All right.
Yes. Flyweight, Deiveson Figueiredo versus John Moraga. And I know I butchered that name, but you know, what are you going to do?
Oh, you froze there for a half second. Deiveson Figueiredo and who?
John Moraga.
Oh no. I did a flyer from Moraga last fight and I got fucked. So I'm sorry, I don't care.
Huh. What? How so? He's got 3 wins in a row with the fight of the night and a knockout.
Yeah, I picked against him. That's how.
You're just grudge holding, just pointless, petty grudge holding.
Yeah,
Members of the Fourth Estate should be above that sort of thing.
Oh, really?
This is why those of us in the heartland present you coastal elites.
I thought, what happened to tricoastalism? Suddenly, tricoastalism is out the window.
That's when I'm talking to other people from the heartland, reminding them that Texas is above the rest of the heartland.
Their pecking order.
Yes, indeed. So, yeah. You know,
at one point, when we had this discussion, somebody said, "Oh, he's low man on the totem pole," and a Sicilian friend of mine said, "Hey, at least he's on the totem pole."
That's a good point. Wouldn't the Sicilians like to know what that's like, huh?
You know, a Sicilian's going to remember that 10 years from now when you need some help and will fucking deny you. I'm not kidding.
Ever asking a Sicilian for help, you'll know it's all over. It's all over. All right. So I care about John Moraga, and
Oh,
I'm going to
okay.
pick him to win by knockout.
See, now you fucked me up. Okay.
I'm just racking up the easy win.
Yeah, Moraga by knockout, but I'm going to hold you to the you called your shot. You could have just said Moraga, but you said Moraga by knockout. So if he wins any other way, you, sir, are fucked.
It won't count. It won't count, you know. And if that'll get me laid, then hey, by all means.
What?
All right.
What?
If I can get laid, that you said I'm fucked. I mean,
you need to talk to your wife.
You
about
meant in a bad
buddy.
way.
Now I feel like
talk to my wife.
Yeah.
You know how marriage works.
Schedule
an appointment.
When I interviewed Al Goldstein, I said, "Hey, aren't you married?" He goes, "No, I'm not talking about my wife. I'm talking about new, fresh women." I often like that phrase, "new, fresh women."
Al Goldstein, what a ghastly thought. All right, welterweight Jake Ellenberger versus Bryan Barberena.
Wow.
I know.
Wow.
This is like
is this a Dark Star this is like a Dark Star symposium. Both of those names, when you hear those names, you're like, oh shit, yeah. I thought those guys were dead. I care.
I mean,
in a weird counterweight, I care. I'm not picking Ellenberger though. I'm gonna go with Barberena.
Yeah, because Ellenberger's 0-3. He
hasn't been the same since USADA testing. Ellenberger.
Yeah, he's 2-5 in his last 7, and with 3 losses before that.
Sorrell here's Ellenberger goes, he's still fighting. That's where that guy is. That's where he is. He's in that like the outer ring of Pluto, where people hear his name and they go, oh fuck yeah, I remember. He's still fighting.
Yeah.
He's fighting Bryan Barberena,
who they are trying to get over, I guess, on him. Because he's, he beat Alves, lost to Covington, and then lost to Leon Edwards his last time out.
Barberena's an angry guy. He's an angry.
Yeah.
You're okay picking. Yeah. Who are you gonna pick?
I'm picking Barberena, man. He beat Sage Northcutt. He's got to be probably the most dangerous man alive. I mean, he beat Sage Northcutt.
Northbutt? What?
Something like that.
What?
I think we could still have a rematch tournament. CM Punk, Sage Northcutt, Bryan Barberena, and Mickey Gall. 4-man tournament. It could be the stuff of legends.
Officiated by Fred Edish.
Officiated by that guy in Brazil that slept on the guy. Did you see the guy getting anaconda choked for like 90 seconds?
I couldn't watch it. This shit. It was somebody sent me the seal raping. The seal.
You told us about this last night.
Not everybody listens to bull shows. The seal was raping a king penguin.
And the beauty is, then he eats the penguin after, so it's like
then kills and eats the penguin after. How do you like that?
I mean, it's like
raping the fucking king penguin. That shit was horrible. That ruined my day yesterday.
I mean, it's lonely out on the ice, Eugene. It's lonely, and you're hungry.
These are the teenage seals that can't get laid, so they start raping penguins.
I mean, it's like you got to keep your young male population occupied in productive pursuits. That's really, I blame society.
Next time you're looking at a seal, you go, oh, how cute.
Hey, I've seen the documentaries. Seals and sea lions
and otters
murder. Otters are vicious fuckers. I mean,
raping and killing.
Yeah, it's mammalian life. What are you gonna do? All right, so wouldn't that be Harvey Weinstein's defense? He should just have his lawyers get up there and show footage of animal rapes and murders, and just be like, "Hey, do I not bleed?
Yeah, yeah, that's right. And I didn't see any one of these seals get a fucking movie deal afterward.
Exactly.
I rest my case.
Exactly. I didn't eat the penguin. I got her a movie deal. Okay.
Yeah, that's right. It was straight to video, but it was still a movie.
Yeah.
You got your union card on top of it. So.
Something like that. Unless I felt really bad about it, then I had to bury her career completely.
Stop and leave my shit alone. Sorry.
That's all right. Wait, don't touch his shit.
Get out of my stuff. What are you doing? He's doing the Michael Jackson with my fucking claim.
He probably listened to your podcast with Jim Goad, and he's looking for steroids in your bag because you've sold him. I mean, I was like, shit, I need to try this stuff.
Hey, some guy once, I was in a locker room at the gym at Gold's, and the guy's like really anti-steroid. He's like, man, that's fucking shit that fuck you up. And he throws his gym bag down next to me. He's changing at the locker, and he throws his gym bag next to me. And I'm like, yeah, man, yeah. Because at that time, I think I was still a purist. And I look in his bag, and he's got like 30 Ready Jacks all lined up in his bag. And I was like, How the fuck is he fucking with me? Or
he thinks he does protest too much.
Or is he one of those guys who's like, I sell it, I don't do it, but I don't know.
Hey, guys are always a charming slice of humanity,
Mm-hmm.
I knew this health nut coke dealer that was the lowest scumbag I've ever seen. He'd be hosting coke parties in his house, go to bed at like 9:30, wake up at 6 a.m. to sell everybody, the morning desperation stuff, while he's getting up and making his, no yolk omelet and getting ready for his 20-mile run. Just a wonderful human being. Wonderful guy.
Did you hear the thing about the opioid thing? The woman wrote a book called Dope Sick. She was on the radio last night, and she said this cat came to this working class town in like Pennsylvania, and he was like, he had been in prison for narcotics dealing, but he was, I'm gonna go straight. Couldn't get a job. They wouldn't give him a job. He's like, fuck, man, I gotta. And then he's in the locker room at work. He's a minimum wage job, and he hears somebody say, "You want to sell something here? Everybody in this town is hooked on pills." And he's like, "Bing!" And right away he started some like Herbalife, fucking what do you call those? Tupperware
franchise party.
Franchise,
yeah party.
Nice. He had 84 people. He had charted 84 people working for him. They call it middle managing because they were doing it to pay for their own habits. They had to sell to other people to pay for their own habits, and he had a flow chart of 84 days. And every time somebody OD'd, he would kind of cross a name off.
So this wasn't Herbalife. This was fentanyl, or
oxy, Roxy, and then of course fentanyl, and then heroin. So
hey, man, you gotta keep the customer satisfied.
Right.
That's so. I mean, people don't care if junkies die. Why should drug dealers?
Well, the thing is, I don't want to get Donald Schleyer, but I'll tell you the story about the guy when Tango and Cash, that really powerful heroin in the late 70s, early 80s came out, and these guys were taking it, and they had an agreement. If I OD, don't fucking bring me back. I don't want you ruin it. I want to get as high as humanly possible. And if that's the price I got to pay, that's the price I got to pay. One guy OD'd, his friend panicked, called the fucking the paramedics. They take him to the hospital. They fucking.
You think you're shooting up with somebody cool, and it turns out he's a square.
Yep. And then the guy escapes from the hospital because he didn't want to get arrested, escapes from the hospital, makes it back to Jersey, and bitches the guy out. I told you fucking not to call. You owe me. You owe me.
You owe me another hit. Yeah.
Exactly. All right.
Oh, junkies. Yep. All right. So women's strawweight, Cortney Casey versus Angela Hill.
Oh, Angela Hill is a friend.
She's kind of a cult favorite,
Oh, I wrote an article about her for Ozzy.com, OZY.com. So
we featured her on the Bloody Elbow MMA Squared Twitter tweets.
So I care. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't care. Are you really gonna fucking fuck with my cable and put the show out? Okay. So I care. Under normal circumstances, I wouldn't care, but I care because Angela, and I'll pick Angela.
I'll pick Casey to make things interesting, and I too care. Although I like Angela, but I just think, I'm picking Casey. What can I say?
Okay.
Although maybe I shouldn't. She's 1-3 in the last 4 fights, but it's a gimme, Eugene. I'm feeling sorry for you.
Okay.
All right. Featherweight, Michael Johnson versus Andre Fili.
Oh, I care.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
Andre Touchy-Feely. Michael Johnson is he a gift? This is actually the kind of fight that I like because I don't know which way I'm going to go with it.
Is Johnson in the mist? Is he Major Tom? Where is he? Where is he in the?
Nah, he's Phantom Toll Booth, but
1-5 in his last 6.
Yeah, I know. That's why. But he has occasional flashes of brilliance.
He knocked out Poirier.
Yep. What's Fili looking like?
Fili is looking like less of a mess. He's 2-1 in his last 3, 3-1 in his last 4, 3-2 in his last 5.
It seems like the smart money would pick Andre Touchy-Feely, but I'm gonna go with Johnson because this is what geeks do to you. They fucking lure you in. So I promise this time I won't do that thing, and then they do that thing. But I'm sorry, I'm gonna go with him anyway because the flashes of brilliance in my mind have justified it. So.
He said he was cleaned up, honey. He dropped by. He couldn't stay. I gave him $50. He's back on his feet, and I felt good about it.
Not only did I get $50, but I gave him a key So because
it's not every day former DC Mayor Marion Barry shows up at your apartment.
Well, the bitch set him up. What can you do?
Yeah. The bitch set him up, and I believe she did, but not the rest of the time.
But you got to be set. You got to be set upable to be set up, right?
Hey, we're all human. We're all human.
I was on a New York City subway, and I picked the bench way at the end because I didn't want to be bothered with anybody, right? It's a rare bench to take because in the dangerous days of the 70s, people want to be in the center of the train or close to the conductor in case some shit pops off. I didn't give a fuck. It would have put me in the last car, the danger car. I'm fine. I'm sitting on the bench. This little old lady hobbles down, sits next to me, opens up her purse, and begins counting her cash.
Yes.
I look at her, and I just read an article. It was like literally, I had the newspaper in my hand where they had a big spread on Muggable Mary, the entrapment female detective, and I was just like, and I just stood up. I was offended that they would think I was so stupid. And I walked all the way to the other side of the platform. Come on.
She's just looking to make a bust, Eugene. Can you help a lady out?
Yeah, but anything could have happened at that point. She could have gone, he's moving. Yeah, I was moving. I wasn't moving for her, So. But I mean, the likelihood that a real innocent old lady would figure that time to count her cash at that seat at the end of the car is 0.0. Get the fuck.
Well, did you see the woman that was on the line, the roughest bus line in DC, and starts dropping the N-bomb? Maybe she was working undercover, huh?
I kind of wonder.
Undercover for Fox News.
I kind of want, I mean, the thing is, I could see her mind working. It's like, you're not supposed to be playing your radio on the bus. Turn the fucking radio off, And then I could see the mounting frustration where people are like, who the fuck are you to tell me to turn the music down?
Have you ever dealt with those people? They're just impossible. You make a polite request and they just go crazy.
No, but I'm analyzing from the ground.
I'm just here to enforce the rules. I'm just here to.
I mean, the thing is, she could have said, you know what? Could you turn the radio down? But it goes, oh, fuck you. Since the bus driver, there's no radio playing on the bus. She's playing the radio. I expect you to enforce the fucking law. Stop the bus. Put everybody off.
She could have called 911. Isn't she white?
But no, I don't even say you got to call the cops. I mean, there are people getting raped because you don't want to hear the radio. But okay. So then she's getting off the bus, and then. I guess
she didn't even make it halfway down the aisle before she's throwing the N-bomb. I mean, I think this lady was completely untethered from the reality of her situation. And the framing of that video, I suspect, and I could be wrong, I suspect the person taping it was one of the people who inflicted the beatdown because it just stops.
No. Oh, no. No, the timing, it was impossible. The way it picked up like that. And the timing, They filmed it from inside the bus.
That's true. That's a good point. But the editing, the timing of it, she drops the N-bomb, video stops, next shot, the bus rolling down the street, little old lady in a heap.
She wasn't that old. She was probably about 48.
Yeah, she was older than us, dude. She was in her 50s. Come on.
I'm in my 50s.
Yeah, I know. I'm 49. I mean,
yeah. So then she gets fucking laid out. I don't really know how she expected that to go any other way.
I don't either. I mean, I just think she had a disconnect from the reality of where she was.
This is kind of like a Trump Kool-Aid thing. I've been waiting for somebody to have a Trump Kool-Aid moment with me where you got your MAGA hat and you think it makes you magical. And then I was walking down in East LA once, right? And I didn't know this, right? I didn't, as an East Coast guy, this is back in the 80s, I was used to feeling some sort of camaraderie with Latinos, right? I grew up Cubans, Dominicans, Puerto Ricans, they're brown people, right? So there's and
shading into darker colors.
Correct.
Whereas Mexicans in LA, not
correct.
So much.
So I'm walking in this neighborhood, East LA. We were playing a show at the Vex, and I said, I want to go get some orange juice. And I walked to the store, and I'm by myself. And this guy, a drunken older guy, walks by me, and he goes, that kind of high pitched, feminizing kind of. And I didn't really know what was happening, but my animal brain was doing the math really quickly. And I saw a gaggle of Latino cats at the store where I was walking toward. And this guy, we're about 50 yards out doing this thing. And I realized I had to stop him here, right? Because they wouldn't know what was going on. So at that point, I kind of froze and I looked at the guy. And if there was any other sign of aggression, I was going to just like put him out. And so we had this like kind of animal moment where he made the thing. I stopped on the sidewalk and looked at him, and he's looking at me, and he just decided to keep on going. It was his animal brain was doing exactly what it should have done at that moment. I'm just trying to get some juice, bro. I'm not about to fight 10 guys at the fucking grocery store, so I got to take you now. And he just kind of decided to walk on by. It was all right.
Walk on by, a lovely song.
Because at that point, if I attack the guy and they start running toward me, I still got a head start on them. Or if they don't seem very interested, I keep on my way. So
you just really thrash him. You give him the full blood.
But the thing is, I quickly figured out where the fuck I was. Right?
Not at home.
Yeah, look around you on the bus.
Not amongst friends.
Yeah.
Yep. That's how I feel with Ivy League graduates.
I actually got hit by a cold cut platter. I called a teenage black woman. I said, "Lisa, stop being such a bitch." The cold came platter, bing, and I'm sitting there with cold cuts all over my shoulder.
What was the circumstance? Was this in an office or?
No, I was a lifeguard at a kids camp, and they made me eat dinner with some of the campers. And I said, "Lisa, you're coming back? Could you bring a pitcher of water for the whole table?" I was like a counselor, a camp counselor. She goes, "No."
She was a student.
No, she was a camper, but she was one of the older campers.
Yeah,
so she was about 13, and
yeah,
I myself was about 16, but I was a lifeguard. I said, "Lisa, come on, stop being such a bitch. Just grab the thing." And she goes, "Bitch!" Hit me with the coca, and in my head the video played through of me just, and I go, I can't beat up a 13-year-old girl. As I'm festooned with pieces of bologna,
yes.
I just took it off my shoulder, put the platter down, and it was like, okay, I'll get the water.
People with what I call street cred will remind you not to curse at them. Like rednecks are real touchy about the cursing.
Yeah, I know.
Even if it's just like you drop the motherfucker around them, if they think any way, shape, or form that referred to them and their mama, you can catch a vicious beating just,
Most of that shit is about keeping the party polite. When you're sitting at a table in prison. Now, when you're sitting at a table in prison, you're sitting at a table with your car, right? Your convoy, your people, right? You can't even stand up and leave the fucking table without acknowledging that you're standing up and leaving the table. So if you see a guy in the outside world and he knocks twice, that's a way to announce, "Thank you all for a wonderful evening. I'm now leaving the fucking table." If you do it without doing that, guys take offense.
Yeah, could get changed.
What? I'm just chopped liver. Well, you just can walk away from the table. You gotta fucking respect me. God damn it, man. Where am I? Prison. I guess so.
Yes, that's the thing. All right, moving up to the main event. Can you believe Johnson Fili was co-main? Of course.
I didn't hear you make a pick.
I picked Fili.
No, you didn't. But now you did. All right.
Oh God.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we're not doing too badly, and this is what our tote sheet looks like now.
I mean, and it's been a while since we got a hit of cage fighting action. So, desperate addicts like ourselves might very well find ourselves watching the whole card, screaming, yelling drunkenly at the TV.
Actually, I won't. I'll have to watch it on rerun because the wife is in a play.
I see.
In The Little Prince, and she's gonna sing a Sade song. I go, that's how I know how my wife is fucking tough. Because Sade is not a great singer, right? She pulls a lot of what she pulls off with attitude. But if you don't bring that attitude, people are like, hey, you're a little flat in that section. So it's a high wire act, more powerful. The main singer called it sick, can't do it, was in the hospital. So we need somebody to do it. And it was like part of her rock and roll fantasy. She goes, I can sing it. I go, did you know the song? She goes, no. I go, fucking A. She's got to learn it by Friday.
Well,
tough shit. Yeah.
Hats off. I myself will be at a soccer tournament in San Antonio. So
all right, playing or officiating.
Chauffeuring my kid. My kid. No, definitely not.
Shirtless in the stands, drinking.
Drunken, brawling. Just bringing my A game.
What are you gonna do?
That's how we roll. All right. So main event, lightweight, Justin Gaethje versus James Vick. How am I supposed to say it?
Gaethje. Like
Gaethje.
kimchi. Like a kimchi for homosexuals.
John Wayne Gaethje.
Oh, I just made a great joke there. Kimchi
It was
for
homophobic. I'm
homosexuals.
trying to save you from your
It's not
retrograde.
homophobic. A homosexual is
Retrograde
homosexual. That's not a pejorative expression. What are you talking about?
No, we can't even say things like
Homosexuality
that.
is fun.
Hey, it's natural. It's only right and natural. The Frogs album.
If you're,
I don't think you could put that out these days either.
No, I love putting that on in polite company. Start by licking your ass, and I'll stop by squeezing your balls. We'll have a jammy jam time, one and all. There are people like, what the fuck is this? I go, I don't know. I don't know what it is.
Yeah. It's one of many albums I had to take off the old shuffle when I had kids.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I did that as well. So, hey, who did this painting behind you? It looks like the guy who did the Cro-Mags cover.
A guy named David Lampley, who has gone on to more expensive things. He's a professional artist.
So people note high quality original art in Nate's living room. Hashtag rich.
Traded it.
Look at my artwork here in my living room.
Yeah.
Dirty Sorrow Academy
all for
t-shirt.
sale. No notice. All for sale. We don't know what the kickback arrangement you've got going.
I got no kickback arrangement with Sorrow. Every time I say we're gonna be rich, he goes, we?
I see. Well, it's time to make a pick, Eugene.
I like Gaethje, man. I'm sorry.
You're going with Gaethje?
Yeah,
I think he's a better fighter, but I think he's coming back awfully quickly after two really vicious ass whippings. I mean, he fought hard and landed his own shots, but he took beatings in both the Alvarez and Poirier fights.
But I look at it this way. You know, every fight is a door open into your skill set. And I don't think he lost 2 times. I don't think anybody learned anything new about his fight style from those 2 losses outside of the fact that the guy could take a shitload of abuse. So in that case, he's hiding in plain sight. He might have something in his back pocket that he could pull out. And fundamentally, I want to reward a guy who's taking chances. I mean, I'm respecting the fact that he's taking chances with his fucking future for our entertainment.
I think it's going to be like that Great White Classic, twice bitten, thrice shy.
Twice bitten, thrice shy, baby. Yeah, okay.
And have some respect. That's the deadliest rock band in history. So, until the Eagles of Death Metal, I believe.
Oh, man.
So, or was it whoever it was in Vegas at that? But I don't. Does that count as rock history?
No. That was Bataclan in Paris for the shooting for Eagles of Death Metal.
Yeah, I mean, so but
you're right. Whoever
was performing, but that was.
Right.
So
okay.
It depends, if you count that as part of the rock and roll thing. But anyway, much respect to Great White.
Yeah. All right, so you're going to pick Vick?
Hell yeah, I'm picking Vick.
All right, so we got some action on this card. It could be fun.
Who let the dogs out? See, it's a Michael.
I'm saying Vick by knockout. You want?
No, I'm not calling my shot on this.
Okay.
If he does win, it will be by knockout. But I'm not picking that.
Okay. All right.
So,
well, you did pick it though.
I didn't officially pick it.
I said I pick him to win, and if he wins, it'll be by knockout. So
I said, but that's not my pick.
Okay. All right.
So
okay. Got it.
I'm just putting it out there. My psychic powers are awesome, but not legendary.
Psychic, powerless, another man's sack.
A classic album by the Butthole Surfers. I recently spoke to their biographer, James Burns, on the Let It Roll podcast. So,
what do you say?
Wait, we just talked about the whole history of the Butthole Surfers.
My favorite thing is when Paul decided
the hour will fly by, I promise you.
Well, I tell you.
It's a must listen for any Butthole Surfers or punk rock fan or anyone interested in musical history in America.
Paul Barker, when he said, I want to be the richest songwriter in the world, but rather than write a song that a lot of people did, he wanted to write the fewest notes possible. So he was obsessed with by Menon. 1, 2, 3, by Menon. Right? Or Nabisco. He goes, if I could write one note and make like $50,000, I'd be the most successful songwriter in the history of music.
I see. Per note. He was thinking divided per note. Well, John Lennon came pretty close. He wrote a lot of hit one-note songs.
I guess that's right.
It's true.
There's been a request made for our rock segment here that you didn't he says, well, first it's not Gaethje 2, it's Gate G, which Nate will still fuck up. But he says, if you guys are doing the music thing, do Nick Cave or Tom Waits. But we're not doing the music thing, so we're not doing that, right?
Yeah, and I would have to go Nick Cave.
Oh, really?
Yeah, easily. I've never even listened to a Tom Waits album. That's how much I don't like Tom Waits.
Why don't you? That's weird. Why don't you like Tom Waits?
I just got never taken the time to try him out.
Oh no! You know what? I maybe would have gone.
He seemed smelly.
I maybe would have gone with you until And the Ass Saw the Angel, a book that Nick Cave.
Nick Cave died in my world in the 80s.
Yep.
So, you know, that's.
And the birthday party was fucking great, but.
Oh yeah.
But Tom Waits is my guitar player doesn't like Tom Waits either. It's really weird. That's weird.
You know,
but my guitar player doesn't like Joy Division either, which is also weird to me. But
I can see getting tired of Joy Division. For 20 years I couldn't stomach Joy Division, but then the documentaries came out and I rediscovered my ability to enjoy them.
I did. There's a guy who puts out this magazine called The Quietus in England, and he had me do a Baker's Dozen, which is they interview a star and they have him pick for some reason he think it's funny to pick not 12, which would be a dozen, but 13 are your favorite records. And he said he recently had in Ginger Baker.
A charming and delightful and easy to work with gentleman.
And so he had Ginger Baker pick his Baker's Dozen, right? Because it makes sense. 13 of his favorite songs. They were 13 records that he played on. He said in his quote, he said, "I didn't listen to anyone else's records." And he goes, that was great.
That Ginger Baker. I mean, you know, the guy cracked his own video biographer in the face with a cane on camera.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, that's the thing. I mean, you could. You know, Max Roach threatened to kick my ass. It's only because you're famous that you could do this. It's like, Max, I love you, but I will fuck you up.
Wasn't he like 80 at the time?
Yeah, that's why I thought he should have been less cavalier about throwing around threats to kick people's asses. But yeah, he was in his 80s. But hey, whatever, bro. Hey.
I mean, if Eugene can beat up a 13-year-old girl, he can certainly wreck an 80-year-old jazz legend.
In fact, I think fighting out of my age convoy is the best way to amass a win-loss record than something that's respectable. You know.
See, maybe you can invite him
on 76-year-old women. I will take on 82-year-old men. I will take on 12-year-old boys. I will take all comers.
What are you, a Catholic priest?
Yeah, there you go. All right.
All right. So that's our show. Wait, one last music question. Secondary Beatle, George Harrison or Ringo Starr?
Well, you haven't qualified why we would pick who we pick. I just fucking.
It could be the music. It could be the charisma.
I like Ringo, man. I just like him. Yeah. But musically, I got to give it to George. But I really like.
I mean, Ringo, one of the best drummers ever. If you're into that kind of thing, song-based.
I'd rather see you dead, little girl, than to be with another man.
Neither one of them had anything to do with that song other than playing on it.
Really? I thought Harrison wrote it.
No, Lennon wrote that. Yeah.
Are you sure? I'm guessing.
Oh, I'm sure.
Who am I asking? Okay, yeah.
Come on. All right. So you're a Ringo guy. Fair enough.
Well, you know, I discovered the Beatles when I was a kid. You know, he's got unlimited kid appeal.
He's my daughter's favorite.
Yeah, see?
So,
and my favorite thing about the Ruddles was actually the guy, Filthy Nasty, the drummer who they had.
No, Filthy Nasty was the John Lennon character, Barry Wham.
That's right. Good for you.
Yeah. Who actually was a drummer in a prog rock band, whose name I'm blanking on, but a prog rock band that featured a one-eyed albino.
Wow.
Yeah. It was like the ugliest band ever.
I know somebody whose sister got VD from Edgar Winter.
I've told you can Donna Slay this, but I've told you about the girl I knew that got VD from, I think, Pete Buck of REM and was crying at a party the week later. I thought he was different. I mean, honey, you sleep with a rock star 15 minutes after you meet him.
Hey,
come on.
Hey, what? Hey, don't be that guy.
I see. Except if it's Eugene, in which case it's special and timeless Yeah.
I'm a married man. Like Slick Rick says, high school broads, keep your drawers on.
Yes, of course. This was just all in good fun. All in good fun. So that's our show. Remember to subscribe to MMANation.com on YouTube. Subscribe to MMA Nation on iTunes to get the audio without the ugly. Subscribe on SoundCloud if you want to get the audio without the ugly there. Also, MMA Nation. Follow us on Twitter at KidNate, at Eugene S. Robinson. Read Eugene at Aussie.com.
Or if you want to see me, you want to see me do it solo, sign up for patreon.com/thestomper.
The Show Stomper. No resemblance to Knuckle Up.
None at all.
None. It's a completely.
I'm going through a whole poster thing. Some guy put me on blast for it. I go, my God, he's right. I can't be using the same poster. So I got a poster surprise set up for this Sunday. Yeah.
Freshening up his game. And Zane and the crew.
Zane. Yeah.
They'll have the MMA Vivisection tomorrow for the actual fight previews for this. And then the 6th round right after the fights on Saturday night. So, adios, MMA aficionados. Thank you, Gene. See you next time.
All right, man. Be careful.